Welcome back to 100 Lies the God Culture teaches about the Philippines. Today's lie once again concerns Martin Behaim's 1492 Erdapfel globe. Timothy J. Schwab uses this map to prove that it shows the Philippines as the legendary island of Antilia. It's obviously wrong and ridiculous. Let's jump right in. The island of Antilia has nothing to do with the Philippines. Tim cites the Wikipedia entry for this island in his video, but he neglects to mention the origin of the legend of this island.
It originates from an old Iberian legend, set during the Muslim conquest of Hispania in 714. Seeking to flee from the Muslim conquerors, 7 Christian Visigothic bishops embarked with their flocks on ships and set sail westwards into the Atlantic Ocean, eventually landing on an island, Antilia, where they founded 7 settlements.
Spanish Christians fleeing Muslim invaders set up a colony on the island of Antilia. That should be the end of the story, but because Tim bloviates for an hour, I shall have to press on and show his outright mendaciousness. It should be noted that in this video he makes absolutely no reference to this legend except to claim that one guy says its origin is Arabic.
Another theory famously forwarded by Alexander von Humboldt, whoever he was, not famous as far as we're concerned, is that it comes from the Arabic. Oh, really? Because this isn't an Arabic legend in any sense. So stupid. But let's read it.
That is not an oversight. That is lying. In fact, he says the origins of the legend of Antilia extend back to the oldest story of mankind.
In about 30 years later, the explorations of the Portuguese already, even prior, Ophir, Christ in Greek, Argyre in Greek is Tarshish in Hebrew for silver, were found by Magellan. You will find Antilia right there with them. Because that then disappears into oblivion, and now it's called, well, fiction. Well, no, it never was. The legend has basis in the oldest story of mankind, the greatest history, and leads to the land of creation itself. You're going to see.
As you can see, he ignores the actual source of the legend of the Isle of Antilia for his own fiction regarding the Philippines, which he calls the land of creation. Tim further bolsters his claims by employing a faulty etymology that on this map the island labeled Thilis is Antilia. They sound similar to him, so that means they are the same place.
Then there is the Isle of Pearl here, known as Thilis. Sound familiar? Thilis, Antilia, Anthilis. How about that? Columbus used the name Antilles. Antilles, Anthilis. There you go. No, they didn't put that together back then, but that's what it is. Thilis is Antilles, Antilia. That just fits like a glove, and you're going to see why. What can we say about Antilia? Well, it is a match to the ancient Thilis, a reference to the Philippines, even on the 1492 Behaim globe commissioned by the Portuguese government.
That is so wrong, it's unbelievable. There is no way Tim could get this wrong unless he did it intentionally. Here is Antilia as drawn on the Behaim map. Antilia is the green island just near the middle of the picture. Compare that with what Tim claims is Antilia on the same map. The Behaim map even has a description of Antilia which Tim declines to relate.
In the year 734 after the birth of Christ, when all Spain was overrun by the miscreants of Africa, this island of Antilia, called also the Isle of the Seven Cities, was peopled by the Archbishop of Porto with 6 other bishops, and certain companions, male and female, who fled from Spain with their cattle and property. In the year 1414, a Spanish ship approached very near this island.
When interpreted correctly, Martin Behaim's map, which was commissioned by the city of Nuremberg in Germany and not the Portuguese, does not prove any of the nonsense Tim claims it does. Believe me when I tell you there is so much nonsense in his video, but the main point, Tim's claim that Antilia has anything to do with the Philippines, has been demolished, so it's time to move on to the next lie the God culture teaches about the Philippines.